A departing WWE star could be making a final appearance, plus scrapped plans for a WWE faction have been revealed, and a WWE announcer's contract is expiring. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. We've talked a lot this week about Ricochet and his plans to head away from WWE this summer when his contract expires. Quite an aggressive write-off of Raw on Monday, getting slammed onto a car windshield.
It lawn darted into the side of the production truck as well, which after he hit the truck, he took a very nasty spill all the way down to the concrete. Hopefully he was all right. He seemed to land about as well as he could have done.
To be honest, it looked like Jimmy Hart's teeth buffered most of the impact.
Was that who he hit on the truck?
Yeah, so therefore, by truck logic that we had at WrestleMania time, expect Jimmy Hart to make an appearance at Clash at the Castle, Scotland. Now, despite the fact that it was quite a brutal beating, according to PW Insider, there might be a slight pivot on the way for Ricochet.
Yeah, PW Insider report. There was talk yesterday that given there is still some time left on his contract and given the huge amount of attention he received when news of him exiting broke, that perhaps there could be one last appearance for Ricochet before he exits so that WWE can maximize the situation. There was at least a creative pitch for him to potentially return for one more appearance. One would think about against Bron Breakker, but whether that actually happens remains to be seen. The belief is that his contract expires sometime around July.
Potentially, we could get a Bron Breakker Ricochet match at Money in the Bank, depending on when abouts in July that contract expires. Be nice to squeeze that in, like one big payday for Ricochet before he heads off to pastures new, and as I say, to capitalize on the hullabaloo that this whole thing with Ricochet has caused.
Yeah, I hope that it's not because often we've seen in wrestling over wrestling history, when someone is on their way out of the company, they often lose to people you wouldn't even expect to see them lose.
You got to look at the lights before you leave the territory, Jack.
And I'm not disagreeing.
That's the rules.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not saying that Ricochet should beat someone massive in his last appearance, but I'd like to see him maybe go down valiantly or something like that. I don't want to necessarily see Ricochet humiliated just because he's leaving and is possibly likely to pop up in AEW. I'd like to see whatever happens serve the story and be quite compelling and dramatic if possible. And I think that maybe Triple H is more likely to do that than Vince McMahon would have been.
I think Triple H sees the argument in the idea that I think a lot of us see, in the sense that if you beat nobody, you beat nobody.
Yeah.
So if you just mow down Ricochet, then what, you haven't gained anything from beating him. So a competitive match to see him off, I think would be a nice way to go.
Me too.
It's a very different time than the one that we've known before, so it'd be nice to see that happen. Staying with Ricochet, MVP was on Twitter and revealed that the Hurt Business was actually going to feature Ricochet. He tweeted, "True story, when we were forming the Hurt Business, I asked for both Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. We were told we could only have one." Like a kid in a shop. You can only have one suite. We chose Cedric because we felt he needed our association more than Ricochet did. I always thought Ricky O would be a big star on his own.
MVP also added some extra details here about the potential look of the Hurt Business, which never turned out to be. He said that he, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin also wanted to add Naomi and Bianca Belair to the group, but WWE told them that they had other plans in mind instead, which I suppose is fair enough. Lashley is now aligned with the Street Profits. Montez Ford of the Street Profits is the real life partner of Bianca Belair, so we could still see some configuration of talent that would be a little bit similar in future. But again, I think Bianca's just a bit too busy.
Bit too busy with other things currently,
tag champion and that.
Being on her own against the world. A see me raw. I didn't need in you at all.
Yeah.
I think those are lyrics.
They are,
hey, we were having a laugh and a joke, but mate, Sexy Star got arrested.
No, Sexy Red got arrested.
Sorry, Sexy Red got arrested.
We're having a laugh and a joke.
I'm a laugh at all. Don't worry, Sexy Star's fine.
Not former Lucha Underground wrestler.
Sexy Star's okay. Take that picture down of Sexy Star immediately. Sexy Red got arrested.
She did, and it was in the day before Battleground itself, but it's only come to light now, I think, via TMZ. TMZ reported that Sexy Red was arrested for disorderly conduct in New Jersey the day before Battleground. The arrest happened after an altercation involving multiple people at Newark Liberty International Airport. The report says that other people were charged with assault at the scene as well. I've watched the TMZ video. It's chaos. There's just a massive brawl going on. At first I was like, where's Sexy Red? But then I think I spotted which one she was, and she was kind of, those heavy poles that hold up ropes in front of nightclubs or airport queues. Well, airport queues. She's brandishing like a heavy pole.
Whoa.
I know she never hits anyone with it as far as the footage shows, but she's got it. And I'm like, oh my word. And then she popped up as the host of Battleground.
You know it's a chaotic scene when you can't see Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Like she's a beacon normally.
Yeah, true.
It's a chaotic scene. So what does this mean really going forward? Obviously she had a commitment with NXT and WWE to host Battleground, but Fightful say regarding Sexy Red's arrest, those in NXT and WWE spoke to do not expect this to prevent Red appearing on WWE programming in the future. As of Sunday night, there were plans for future NXT appearances. However, the arrest did come as a surprise to officials who were unaware of the incident that took place the night prior to NXT Battleground.
Yeah, I think maybe the fact that like it's not a video of her battering someone and she doesn't seem to be like the main aggressor in the video. It's kind of a melee from what I've seen, but I'm no lawyer, so I don't know necessarily. But the fact that WWE aren't dissuaded by having her do future appearances maybe suggests that she might get away with one here.
We'll find out on a brand new episode of Jack the Jobber, Attorney at Law on the YouTube channel later on today.
Specifically, the state of New Jersey. I'm really good at the laws of the state of New Jersey.
You only do the laws of the state of New Jersey. You're very particular, and I admire your commitment to being particular. Staying with NXT, Shucky Ducky Bye Bye, potentially.
Oh, no.
I know. During an appearance on the River City Wrestling Convention, Booker T revealed that his WWE contract is coming to an end. He told us this whilst talking about how much fun he was having as part of NXT.
He said, I think wrestling is about having fun more than anything, especially the NXT brand. He's not wrong. If you're watching it and you're listening to me, we're having fun. We're winning. I think right now NXT is hot. Everybody is geared to going out and performing to try and make it to the next level. And if I can have any part in these guys making it to the next level, I'm going to have some fun. Contract should be coming up here soon. And like Sexy Red says, shake it real fast, get a little more. Now, if I'm just going to delve into Booker's interpretation of Sexy Red's lyrics here, does that mean that he's angling for a contract extension? Is that his preferred? Do you think that's his preferred outcome here?
I think in Booker T's terms, he's going to talk even quicker and consequently get a new deal.
Yeah, that could mean that as well.
that could be what he's angling. I would no doubt think he wants to stick around, if not just to annoy Vic Joseph even more. Who I can't decide is whether if Booker's best mate or is absolutely at the end of his tether with Booker T.
Sometimes Booker as well. Just Vic will say something quite innocuous, and Booker will just threaten to beat him up.
There is such a unique chemistry between those two.
Has Vader Scott ever threatened to just beat you up on commentary?
More on one occasion.
Okay, fair enough.
That's fine. But but Vader Scott's a big fan of Pablo, so chances are they'll stave off from beating me up.
A great cat.
Yeah, a great cat, and Vader Scott, a great commentator that they be. For the more wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com.com. Don't know why I repeated myself there several times. Shucky ducky quack quack. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.